under a thriving democracy such as Kenya. This inalienable right for association extends to all alliance partners to engage in their political pursuits without any interference. It is in this same spirit that ZMP interim president Kelvin Waliafube, KBF in short, was welcomed in the UPND alliance even when he did not have a registered political party prior to the August 12, 2021 general elections. The UPND Alliance Council of Presidents, together with the Republican President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, wish Mr. Kelvin Waliafube a successful journey in politics. However, just to set the record clear, following the August 2021 general elections, the Council of Presidents called a number of meetings to formulate a framework on how our partnership would subsist in government. Unfortunately, KBF did not attend any of those meetings except for maybe two. This was a display of immaturity, insincerity, and an overrated superiority of our colleagues. The Council of Presidents felt that at that time it was imprudent to publicly question his unavailability or absence from such important UPND alliance engagements because we were unaware what the reasons for his absentia were. As stated earlier, KBF is within his rights to register his political party. However, the Council of Presidents expected him to officially communicate that he was no longer interested in the ideals of the UPND alliance. We are happy that the cat has been let out of the bag, that KBF has finally come out in the open to clearly state that he no longer believes in the ideals and spirit of togetherness and national interests, but rather he wants to pursue his own personal interests, albeit with total disregard for his colleagues in the alliance. In light of all the treasonous, misplaced, illusionary, and somewhat overzealous statements that were attributed to KBF during the party launch, the UPND Alliance reserves the right to set the record straight as follows. Number one, the assertion by KBF that the alliance is dead. The unceremonial departure of one, Mr. Walia, from the UPND Alliance does not in any way imply the death of the alliance. We have 12 members of the alliance so far. As you can see, we are just a few of us because some of our colleagues have a cabinet meeting, and that's why they are not here. We have 12 members of the alliance, and so far only one of the 12, KBF himself, has officially left. It is therefore a misplaced notion by our learned colleague to suggest that he alone is higher or better than other presidents in the alliance. The biblical Judas Iscariot, who left the apostolic team of Jesus' ministry, in no way spared the death of the apostolic team. So, the UPND alliance. It is also malicious, frivolous, and vexatious to the people of Zambia who chose the unity of purpose of 11 political parties and one unregistered organization styled then as Zambia Must Prosper when voting for change. His departure clearly illustrates that KBF has never been a team player, but an egoistic, self-praised colleague who always brags about his superiority over others rather than collective wisdom, which is greater than overrating oneself. How come all the presidents that KBF claims to have met never considered him in any government? The second issue that we want to state as the council president is the assertion by KBF that he has come on the political scene to register his party to fix the fixer. That is a misplaced, self-destructive, treasonous agenda. Is this vision of KBF and Zambia must prosper to fix the fixer one that can bring prosperity to Zambia? Surely. Do Zambians agree that parties must be formed to fix others? The only fixer known to Zambians is as the 2021 popular campaign adage, which read, Bali will fix it. Therefore, this statement is treasonous against a sitting president and head of state. The Council of Presidents observes that Zambia comprises many interest groups, such as the young people, the old, women, and so on. KBF's call on only the youth to rally with him exposes his desire for power and that he is prepared to compete against the odds in the country. Zambia needs everybody to participate in national development. The third thing that we want to address as a council president is the assertion by KBF that he is above everybody, but there is a need to respect the presidency. When I talk about the presidency, we as a council of presidents, we are talking about the office of president. As the UPND Alliance Council of Presidents, it is our considered view that the only fixer who will fix the economy of all its ills is the seventh president of Zambia, and that is the Republican President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. The question begs, is KBF in order to form a political party just to fix the sitting president? This call to fix the fixer, as he called it, is a blazing battle line with a state that protects the sitting president, of which KBF is too small to win. As a learned colleague of so many years at the bar, he should have known better, but now he must show cause why the state that protects any sitting president should not be interested in investigating this attack of his on a sitting president by his newly formed political party. We counsel our brother, KBF, that as he seeks the high office, he must display character befitting the president. Demean or disrespect the presidency of this country is to demean or belittle all Zambians that voted for that president. I want to thank you for listening, and I'm the spokesperson for the Alliance, and reading this statement on behalf, these are not my personal views, this is on behalf of the entire Council of Presidents seated here and those in absentia because of the cabinet meeting that is taking place. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, your time for questions. Please raise your hand very clearly and state where you're coming from. We'll allow one question. Any questions? Any questions for the president?
Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick, and thank you, dear colleagues. I would have loved probably if he made specific, like my colleague has stated here, and perhaps to add on what he has said, we are a democratic platform where individual members, political parties, can articulate issues which are a little bit at variance with what others also perceive. That's how democracies work. That does not entail that there are major fundamental differences that these leaders cannot work together. Yes, we had the procedural differences at the time. We had procedural differences. When you are a seasoned practitioner of politics, it becomes very difficult not to counsel some of your colleagues. I'm privileged to have been in the opposition for decades. And where I see that something is going wrong, I should be able to raise a flag and say, look, I think we're going in the wrong direction. I spoke about the need of unity in this country. I spoke about these things. I said, look, I think it's important that we don't divide our country. If we are saying that our friends made mistakes in the appointment, let us also not go down that road. Let us come back in the middle. Let us continue to promote unity, national unity. National unity is fundamental. National unity is what has held all of us together. So I believe that those are important things that all of us must champion and must support. I didn't come to politics to pursue personal interests. Over the years, I have supported as many presidents, many individuals to become presidents of this country. I never asked for anything in return. And even on a few occasions in the past, when President Daka himself had asked me to help him become president at the time, when I felt he was not yet ready, I did not campaign for him. But now I felt in 2021 that he was ready for office of President of the Republic of Zambia. And I supported him unconditionally. And I still support him. We are in a better place, Zambians, with the UPND alliance. We should never at any moment contemplate going back. We are coming from a very difficult, troubled past that was defined by corruption and lawlessness. Surely you don't want our country to go there again. And we must urge and appeal to our people where there are by-elections that it is better to be where we are at the minute than to look back. That group of men and women are characters and fit for government. You cannot be a thief and be a leader at the same time. You have to choose one. If you are saying you are going to be a leader, then you can't be the one in the forefront stealing public resources. And when you have messed up, you want to stand again. That's not the way politics is done. So I think that my politics is never about me, but about all of us. What's best for us, what's best for our children, what's best for our future, for our people in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question?
My name is Musenda Simuyamba, the land secretary. I think when we started being together, the UPND alliance, we commit all of us, no exception, that we are going in this there was no condition for us to be in this alliance, and there was no one, including KBF himself, has been very consistent on this one that he never asked for a job. He never asked for a job. Neither did any one of us. So there's no one who's been left out. Members of our political parties have had appointments, some of our members. So it can't be everybody to be appointed into public service or in government. Jobs for public service and civil service are thank you very
One of the things which President Eche has been talking about before and now is the unity of this nation. Surely, as you can see, this is the unity in the nation. It represents the nation. You know where we came from. This country was so divided, tribalized, then it was so on. But President Eche, one of the things that is united country. That itself is a big picture. The unity of this nation is paramount, enable for all of us, and we can see. That's one of the most paramount things UPND alliance that united. And surely today, we cannot start moving out by ourselves because of narrow interest, because I've not been appointed. That shows immaturity. So like President Musoni said, what do I show you that you see? We came together for the purpose of uniting this country, first and foremost. Because the unity of this country is paramount. Without the unity of this country, we can achieve almost nothing, as you have seen where we come from. So the unity of this country is very important. You know what happened to the governor? There was flawless discrimination. But today, all of us are enjoying freedom. Surely, can we not all start to, all of us have achieved something? So this is the purpose we came together. And this all the start. It's all the first month of this government. And they've seen a lot of benefits, which we all know. We want to look forward the next 4 years to achieve more and more benefits. And we can only do that if there's a unit of purpose that will steady and supporting our president. Therefore, and that's what we stand for. That's why we're in politics. And that's what we want for. Not I want to be president. I should no. So for the leader and all of us come together to support you. That's what the alliance says. And that's what I do. Thank you, President.
Very much. Thank you. I think there's an adage which says wisdom is like a good, like a pen, like a phone, for example. Everyone carries his phone. So in the same vein, we discover that the way we look at things, the way we interpret things, different. Just like the way we are different on the faces, we are different in the way we look at it. And then there is another adage which says the house of a king has got a different narrative. Meaning that they are mad men, they are prostitutes, they are murderers, they are witches. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that you see, we can look at a positive thing from different perspectives. Others may look at it from a negative aspect. Others may look at it to say it is negative, but they will interpret it in a certain pattern so that they turn it into a positive. So as the president, the other president has already I think life is not expressed time. So even in a grouping like this one, in an arrangement like this one, certain things are expected. Yeah, I the constitution is very clear that they are entitled to that right of association. So please, us are united. United, it's done. Divided, also us are united. You can say we are united. Are we divided in any way? We standing, we are the united front. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Madam, the lady here, you want to ask the question? Identify yourself.
How is it that you have to do on national level or national level? Do you have stop meeting where you discuss the cabinet? How are you accommodated? Because I'm thinking it's kind of a situation where it's something where you have to say something for solidarity and stuff like that. Do you have to say, or are you accommodated when it comes to issues of politics? Because that's what matters.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. The alliance was established on four fundamental issues. Number one was to unite the country. Secondly, to reconstruct the economy and rebuild the economy that was destroyed by the government. And thirdly, to restore the social order and also to bring in the rule of law. Those are the fundamentals that hold the alliance together. That being said, you must know that this alliance is the first to form government. That means that in this country, there's no precedent apart from the pre-independence alliance that actually came together to form government. That means from 1991, no government has been formed by an alliance. That means that we are supposed to set a precedent for any other alliances in the future of this country that are going to form government. So we've been working on a framework on how we're going to subsist. The alliance is not government proper, and I'm saying that in inverted commas. However, we were formulated to remain as the council president in the alliance in order for us to be advisory to the president and the vice president who are actually members of this particular alliance. So it's not direct government influence because government runs, but pari passu, the alliance is there to actually stand as a council president to give counsel to our colleagues that are in government. So in a nutshell, that's what I would put it. But not to say that we are directly government proper, okay? But we are there as a council president because we, on those fundamentals, exist outside government, but in government.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Any clarification? Which guy is that?
The UPND alliance.
They're not guys.
Thank you very much. In a democracy, you receive such kind of perceptions and also questioning. The goodness is that I think the public should judge us on our conduct and behaviors. You know, the behavior of a surrogate is different from a person who actually is part of a cause. We are part of a cause, and collectively, so we are. The biggest problem is that maybe people are still got a hangover or drunk with the past where it was what you call praise singing or surrogates, as you call it, but the kind of support that we are giving to the presidency and the new Dawn government is very, very well informed, based on well researched issues and evidence based, well analyzed, and well thought out advices. We are not just operating for what the other, your colleague asked, whether we've been left out or not. We can assure you that you see us standing even if there are no jobs or personal benefits accruing. These men you are seeing, they've endured a lot and they will continue enduring. Speaking as the Alliance Secretary, I tell you that this building you're seeing here where we are, there's a lot of activities that are taking place, not only on the political side, but also on the economic side, where we're analyzing a lot of issues. We've forged a lot of what you could call pseudo working relationships with the academia and industry, so that as we are advising the president, we are advising correctly. So the issue of surrogates, we find it a little bit misplaced. Maybe that's why others who don't understand what belonging to a cause can jump out of ship. Surely, we are very, very honorable human beings. I don't know if you can see any surrogate here. If you see any one of them, according to you, the journalist, I don't see any myself. Thank you very much.
Maybe just to add what the president said, none of these men is paid. None of these men is on a payroll. When we came into the alliance, we said we wanted to liberate the Zambian people from the field government. We achieved that. Now it's a question of how are we going to subsist? And so when you see these men, I can vouch for each one of these men that in the last 1 year, nobody's on a salary. We use our own money or a stipend. We use our own money to do all this in national interest. That is not the stereotypes and all the black brush that people want to paint us with. If we did not love this country, I don't think we would have come into this alliance. And I don't think we'll be doing what we do. This is purely volunteer work. We are here this morning, not because somebody has paid us. We are here because we love this country and sustain what we fought for, to get the PF out and see that the Republican president achieves the goals for which, as an alliance, we achieved. He was an alliance candidate, and the vice president was also running mate under this alliance. So that's why we subsist. Just to make you understand, because some people, when you go on social media, people think, hey, these are surrogates. We are not surrogates. We exist as a collective and in our individual capacities as such. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll take one more question. We have one or two more questions. What are the I would think that you're working with a lot of so what plan?
Yes, yes, yes.
Think, what plans do you have? What does
I'll answer it this way. I'll answer it this way. We have a very seasoned media director now in the name of David Matai. And we have generated a very, very big document on just the media and communication that is going through the mail, so that we can actually tap from private media, public media, to be in one. You've heard the president has been commenting that there's nothing that this government can do proper if the media is not functioning or involved. My colleague here talked about being the fourth estate. really, I would rather that you just chill a little bit. You are going to see what good plans we have for the media. It's something that no one can avoid. And just to give you a small example, is that the whole globe, that is the world, is melting down because of certain things that are beyond maybe the Zambian control. And one of the important things that will make us thrive as a new Dawn government is how well we communicate to the people and the public. That Davis Mataka take it very, very seriously because it is what is going to make us. Because if people don't understand the situation in which they are, and you don't communicate to them in a proper way for them to understand, it becomes very, very fat. You can be doing the correct thing, the people may understand you to be doing the wrong thing for them. That's why it's very key. It's not an option for us, sir. I can assure you that the good things are coming very soon, and very soon indeed.
Maybe let me just add for Derek's satisfaction that as a council president, we believe in media self-regulation and also the access to information bill. We believe that that bill must be actualized. Self-regulation of media must regulate yourself, just like accountants, lawyers are self-regulated. That's what we believe as a council president. And those are the issues that we want to see in the new government, that the media should be self-regulated. The access to information bill must be actualized because that's what makes thriving democracy to actually hold power accountable. So those are some of the two fundamental issues insofar as media are sustainable in the country under this UPND.
What of a media house has gotten so, you're more aware than I am. Government and the government is surviving for one. But government has created so why is government delaying?
framework on how we're going to succeed. However, it doesn't, we should feel intimidated in any way to raise concerns with the media. Those can be for onward transmission and advisory position to given in government. And so you are on firm ground to share with us, and we'll be able to represent you as media so far those concerns. But allow us to exhaust the processes of the framework that we've been working on how we are going to succeed, and we'll come back to you to tell you how things are going to pan out so far that framework is concerned.
Okay, thank you very much. I've got copies of the speech by the spokesperson of the Council of Presidents. Please say that, and then we'll deal with some of those that we deal with all the time. But for now, upstanding national anthem, then a prayer later on to close. Thank you. Stand and sing of Zambia, proud and free, land of work and joy